Alright y'all, Bubba here again. What we're going to talk about today is stropping your knife. First, let me start off and show you my strop. I make and sell these. It has the suede side on one side and the smooth side on the other side. This is 16 inches overall. It is 3.5 wide, and you got 12 and like 3/8, 12 inches long. It is a very serious paddle strop. Great surface, great way to strop your knife and bigger knives. I also make smaller versions of these to go in your pack. So if you're curious, go to Sabet Outdoor Survival on Instagram and Facebook. And of course, there will be a shop opening very soon. It's under construction at the moment. But these run about 40 bucks. It's a heck of a price for what you're getting. The price is actually probably going to go up very, very soon because the materials to make this have increased. So now back to what we're doing. I've had a lot of people ask me about stropping their knife. Now you don't have to put a rubbing compound or a rouge on both sides. I do recommend it on the suede, the more fuzzy side, but it is not necessary on the smooth side. You can do both, but I don't necessarily recommend it. I'm hoping y'all can see this. The way I would apply this stuff is very easy. You just grab a hold to it and you just rub it in there. Give yourself a couple good rubs. Now you can take a blow dryer and heat this up a little bit and work it in there, but it's not necessary. And the more you use this, the better it will break in and the better it will accept your rouge. That's just how that works. I use the green. I can't remember the micron or the how coarse this is, but I use the green. I prefer the green. Some like the black or the brown. Every color is a different grit. The more coarse, the less coarse. I prefer the green. It's what I've been using. It's what I've been using for a long time. Now on my belt strap, I use the white. It's a lot more coarse. And I use that for my tools when I'm doing leather work. And I just hit it real quick with it. It goes a little bit faster, and it's probably not the most polished edge, but give me a break here. You're stropping. You're already sharp. But I use the white on my belt strap, and I use the green on my paddle strap. Once you've got all this worked in, you just get your knife and you go to town. When you do this, now heat and all that makes a difference. Let's grab a bigger knife. Grab this one. All right, this is a more Scandi grind. I don't know if you can see this, but you want this to stay the same angle as if you're sharpening it. And you pull back. You do not cut into the blade like you do on a stone. You pull backwards. See, like I'm doing? And when you should be able to see the edge. You barely just want to tickle that edge. And I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can catch a light. You can already see the dark spots starting to form and it's starting to smooth out. It's because it's taking and knocking the burrs off of this blade. The edge of your blade looks like this when it's dull. As you sharpen it, it brings these up. This is microscopic. And what happens is you still have a little bit of burr. When you strop it, it knocks that, kind of cooks them down and helps you hold your edge a lot longer. If you do it too much on a stone or something, it'll get sharp and it'll start doing this and going back and forth. You want to make sure you maintain approximately the same amount of strokes one way versus the other so that this stays up. And it makes that fine wire. You can see it. And you just strop all that till it's smooth on both sides. The same thing. Pull it away. Now this isn't like a belt. You ain't got to go real fast. Heat does make a difference, but you don't have to go real fast. And you don't have to get insane with it. You want to make sure you maintain the angle of the dangle. Can y'all see the shadow? Make sure you maintain that angle. And just pull it away. Up. Place. Swipe. Lift it up. If you try to keep coming back, you're going to end up cutting your leather. Up. Stroke it and lift it up. Pull it back, lift it up. Pull it back, lift it up. And it's just like a stone, but in reverse. So if you've got edges like that, as you come back, it don't hurt to lift up slightly on the hilt of the knife as well to make sure you get all the way to the tip of that thing stropped out. See what I'm doing? Make sure you lift it up and place it down. Don't get it in a hurry. Can you see all the black popping up on here now? This is taking off material very slightly. This thing is sharp. You can add more rouge as you do these different treatments. When this becomes completely black from all the steel transfer, you can take the hard edge, if the back of your knife is a 90, you can kind of scrape that, clean that up, and apply more rouge. Or buffing compound, rubbing compound, whatever you want to call it. And you just maintain the angle of the dangle. That is the key to stropping your knife and sharpening your knife. Now, I do teach classes about this because this is hard to see. So if you see me posting any knife sharpening classes, if you want to learn this better, come out to my class and I can give you a hands-on instruction. I actually made this strop right here for a buddy, and he asked me to make him a video to show him how to do it, and I've been meaning to make a video on stropping your knife with a paddle strop. And since we're here, I'll show you the belt strop. You want to hook the other end to a thing, and you basically do the same thing. You go a little bit faster this one, but you want to make sure you hold that angle, and you want to keep this tight. You want to hook that to something and keep it tight, and you maintain that same angle. You can go a little bit faster on the belt strop, and you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. The same thing with this. Oops. I'm not applying hardly any pressure at all when I pull this. Very, very, very light pressure. Just resting the knife on there, adding a slight tiny bit of pressure, and then doing that. If you're not sure how much pressure to add, just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. And the more you do it, the more your hand will just begin to do it. But this one is made to lay down. That way, in case you have a bigger knife, you have more surface area to strop your knife. Go all the way the length. You can see all the material that's coming off of that. I don't think you can see that. So, but I do appreciate all the views, all the people. Thank you so much to everybody who invited me out to Frozen Foot this past weekend. That was a great experience. Y'all keep an eye on all the pictures and the things coming up. We got a lot more events and a lot more gatherings coming on. Pause for the calls. I'm tripping over my tongue. Good stuff. But if you have any questions about sharpening your knife or sharpening your knife, or if I didn't cover something completely, leave a comment down below. Ask me any question you want. I will answer. I'm usually pretty quick with my responses, but I pretty much think I covered everything. This smooth side, my bad. Once you've done the green, you can go right to the smooth side and just hit it a few more times, and it's doing the same thing. It's just a finer grit, a finer grit. And when you're done, whoo, do you see the hairs jump off of that thing? That joker will shave your face. But just repetition. Just make sure you put in the time. Don't get in a hurry. Don't cut up your leather. Always go away from the edge. And always maintain knife safety. Don't stab yourself, and do it so that you're making sure there's no way you could possibly get hurt. Any questions, honestly, ask me. Like, share, tell your buddies. And I sure appreciate y'all. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. God bless and have a wonderful day. Appreciate it. That's good right there. That is good right there.